everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Game of Thrones, the card game, second edition video for you. This time it's a special one. It's a Melee game. I believe we've only done this once on the channel before. But it is some second edition Melee, and it's the U.S. Nationals that was held at Origins Game Fair, in Columbus, Ohio. And I also have Kevin here, who's going to help me try to commentate through this mess of four players trying to kill each other. Kevin, say hello.
Are you ready for some Melee?
What? Sorry, what did you say?
Are you ready for some Melee?
I am never ready for Melee.
Yeah, me neither. But here we are.
Just kidding. But yeah, so on the top left, as you see, I got the names there. So we got Ryan, he's playing Martell, Banner the Rose. On the top right, we have Rayce, who's playing Baratheon Fealty. On the bottom right, we have Trump supporter James playing Tyrell Banner the Wolf. And in the bottom left, we have Tyler playing Greyjoy Lords of the Crossing. Or the Lord of the Crossing.
Oh, we can use these if you want. That's fine.
So what do we got here for setup, Kevin?
So setup, Tyler with Greyjoy Crossing has a King's Road, a Iron Scout, Maester Wendemere with a Drownglog's Blessing on him, as well as a Salty Navigator and a Wildling Scout. Ryan up in the top left has a Randall Charlie, a House Dane Knight, and a Rose Road. Rayce only has Maester Crescent, but he's also got an Iron Throne and a Rose Road. And James has Sansa from the core set, the Knight of Flowers, and a Rose Garden.
So the one deck here that interests me a lot is the Baratheon Fealty. That seems like a weird Melee deck, because control in Melee historically is usually not a great thing, since you got to control 4 different players. And having the Iron Throne there looks like he's trying to gain a little extra power. Maybe he has the Dominance module in there, which is kind of weird since Melee games only go 3-4 rounds tops.
Yeah, you can't kneel everybody, and I don't know how well the dominance stuff works in Melee. I'm not as intimately familiar with Melee, but yeah, it doesn't seem... I mean, obviously, he got this far. I think there was 3 games before the top 4.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, definitely making it to the top 4 table is huge, which is just... I'm very curious. I just want to know like what his deck is trying to do and how Baratheon Fealty did this in Melee. I just didn't think that would be a Melee deck of choice, but we will see how he does here.
I'm ready.
You will see.
So what do we got flipped for plots?
So we go to the first plots, going clockwise from the top left. We have a summons, another summons, a Calling the Banners, and a Noble Cause. Calling the Banners is a promo from the Michigan Regional. It does not recognize this.
Yeah, only a few people have that one. Who went to that Michigan Regional. I believe you and I both have a copy of that.
Yes, we do. So James wins initiative, and James chooses James to go first.
So now, since James chose himself to go first, he's going to go clockwise around the table for marshalling and challenges and whatnot. But when you do win initiative in Melee, you do choose first player, and then whoever that is, it just goes clockwise around the table for decisions and reactions. And
What's up? Who'd you choose to go first?
Yep, and we see summons from both top players there. A Melisandre from the Baratheon player.
Alright, just want to grab one of these and discard it.
And they're doing their Melee titles here. So they remove one of the 6, and now James is going to take a look at the other 5 for his choice.
The double title.
Yeah, so what's different about Joust is the title selection happens basically right after plots are revealed, and basically you do your plots first, then you deal out titles, correct?
Yeah.
Pretty sure. It's been a while since I played Melee, but
just since the first player was James there, we were able to see the titles that were available, and the Master of Laws was not available.
Oh, okay, that was the one that was randomly discarded before they drafted, so there's...
And Master of Laws is the one that allows you to draw an extra card.
Oh. And it raises your reserve by 1 too, right?
Yeah, just to help you out there.
And we see...
So you can see the first player token on James's pad there was the top 4 prize from the Joust, and I don't recall whether they were given out for the Melee as well.
I'm not sure, but there was some controversy online about the prizes at this tournament, and I just want to say, for being up close and actually touching that first player token, it is made of plastic, and it has some kind of... I forget what someone called it, but it was like a paint on it that is not... It's not a sticker on plastic, it's not cardboard, it's like some kind of painted plastic on top of plastic. It's,
So for titles here, we have James with Master of Coin. We have Rayce with the Master of Ships, Ryan with the Master of Whispers, and Tyler with the Crown Regent. So in melee, there's supporting and rivals. Rob, you want to go through who rivals who?
Yeah, so right now, Ryan in the top left, the Martell player, he rivals James in the bottom right, the Tyrell player. So if either of them wins a challenge against each other, once per phase, they can take an extra bonus power for winning a challenge against their rival. So they're kind of enticed to go after each other to get that extra power to help them rush to the win. And then that's the only rival at the table right now. But supporting, some of the titles support each other, which means when you support someone, you can't attack them, but they can attack you. So right now, Rayce, the Baratheon player in the top right, he is supporting Ryan in the top left, the Martell player, and also James in the bottom right, the Tyrell player, is supporting Rayce, the Baratheon player in the top right.
Yeah. So the Crown Regent, which Tyler shows, is outside of that framework. So it doesn't support or rival anything, but it has the ability to redirect one challenge.
And redirecting gets around supports, by the way.
Yeah, redirecting has its own little set of caveats that comes with it, which includes that it gets around supports, and it gets around, I believe it gets around things like Brothel Madam as well.
Yeah, I would think so. I'm pretty sure it just gets around like all that stuff, anything that's stopping you from attacking somebody.
Yeah.
Basically stops the game from getting to like a dead end where if it's like a 3-player game and you redirect it, you can't do anything.
So they commented earlier that the Hand of the King was the title that was available but not chosen. So of the other titles that were chosen other than the Crown Regent, James has the Master of Coin, which provides him an extra 2 gold but has no other bonus. The Master of Whispers, which Ryan has, allows you to resolve your intrigue claim against any number of opponents of your choice.
And that can be 0 opponents or all the opponents or anything in between.
Yeah. So usually, unless you're making deals, usually everything. Master of Whispers also has a passive buff that you have an additional strength on your intrigue challenges. And finally, Rayce has the Master of Ships, which has an additional strength during military challenges, and it has raised the claim value of your revealed plot card by 1 during military challenges in which you are attacking a rival.
And since he has no rivals on the table, he won't be raising claim during military against anyone. And I also just want to note those buffs on the bottom of the cards for military power and intrigue are kind of like the Red Keep, where it just adds that bonus to your side as long as you have a participating character. It doesn't give +1 to all your characters.
You can see I play melee.
You know what?
So melee is a different beast. It's all about negotiation, and we see James there trying to win the favor of everyone by replacing his token with the original token to make himself look less harmful and less cocky by having that giant first player token on the table, showing off his swag. So he's trying to lay low, and he's the guy I'm sure you guys have seen if you're in the Facebook groups or have seen any of the pictures from the regionals. He is a Trump supporter and has that giant Donald Trump mat. And he was going to put it on the table here at the start before he started filming, but then I think he realized that he didn't want to make himself a target at the melee final table, so he decided to just play with this regionals mat here, or nationals mat. So nationals mat.
Yeah, so you can see the 2 players on the right are playing with the melee nationals mat, which is similar to the regionals mat, but has Starwolf instead of Eddard.
That's why I got confused.
And the 2 players on the left are using their Joust top 8 mats.
Yeah. Just a cropped art of the regional art. It's just a crop of that, so it's like very, very similar at a glance.
So additions to the board this round, we've added Knight of Flowers, major additions rather. Knight of Flowers for James, Randall came in for James. Balon for Tyler, who's just been knelt by Melisandre.
Fair enough.
He comments that James can't attack Rayce, so he doesn't need to bother kneeling any of that, because it's not his problem.
Yes.
And we have the most important character put in the board is a Moon Boy.
Well,
Yes, so very important.
He is going to win it all for Rayce.
And for Ryan, Arian, and a Gaston Grey.
So Gaston Grey is interesting. You hear Ryan explaining what it does and using it as a deterrent for players trying to attack him and steal power from him. So it kind of lets him be less of a target for fear of characters going back to hand that cannot be saved.
Yes, very important, especially with those duels on this game.
Yeah, and James rivaling him makes him want to attack him, but he's got to be smart about it so he does not lose Knight of Flowers or Stately Randy.
Yes,
Alright.
and of course, this is a melee game, so Lannisters aren't allowed.
Yes, that's very interesting. No Lannister in Banner or Primary House here. I think it's pretty cool.
But we had a top 4 with nobody running the
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think it was very popular among many of the other players in the melee games either.
I'm gonna go.
Well, now that I know that, I'm trading next turn.
I'm gonna go
So,
intrigue.
you go to James's challenges, and he's throwing in Sansa, an intrigue challenge against Ryan.
He's trying to bait out the Gaston Grey or just not have it used against him by trying to get his rival challenge off now to get his opponent's power.
Block with 3. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
So the House Day Knight opposes, and he's actually going to win on account of the addition, the Intrigue Strength edition from his Master of Whispers.
Alright.
And he gains his rival power on defense there.
Nice.
So efficient.
Yes.
Alright.
Don't be attacking me again.
With redirects, can you choose someone you
Correct.
can't normally attack?
Correct.
You can.
Yeah, so they're just talking about the redirecting against the people you support. That was just clarified there. James was just asking.
I'm trying to get some power.
I mean, like, give me a good reason.
Oh,
I don't want to. I like.
Oh, here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll do.
We're trying to do power challenge.
Power
So
challenge.
we got a power challenge here with Knight of Flowers.
Yep. From James against Tyler.
Unopposed.
He's,
You know what? I'll just.
yeah, they're just clarifying whether
You got
the
the
Crown
superior
Regent
claim?
gets her in support as
He's
well.
got the superior.
You know what? I'll cancel it. Cancel
That challenge goes unopposed. He grabs off a superior claim. Very popular among melee.
Yes, it is.
Power.
Get off to a good start here, though maybe a good start is not what you want.
Well, guys, he's got 4.
Yeah, a lot of players choose events like Superior Claim in Melee, and I think this was designed for because the alternate neutral events like Tears of List and Put to the Sword, they just hit a single player. But not only does it not affect every player, it actually hurts you by weakening one of the players at the board. And you don't want to make one of your opponents so weak that everyone can gang up on them and possibly get power faster than you. Because if someone else gets weak, you might not be the only person that's able to exploit it. So those kind of events aren't the greatest. So usually people are trying to play their own game and just try to gain power as fast as they can, just to win first and end the game before anything goes crazy.
So I think here they're just goading James to try to trigger Gaston Grey. Just get it off the table. Just swing Randall in.
You won't.
Yeah, he's definitely taunting him here.
Get rid of that dude. It's easy for Tyene, man.
Yeah, he's just considering what his military challenge will be, if any, here.
Alright.
Threats working. I don't think they are.
And he comes in.
I'll
Bad at it. Are my threats working? I don't think they are.
At least Randall.
I'll send Randall at Kyle
So
military.
he's going to go at Kyle.
At who?
Oh, I'm
Tyler, sorry.
Oh, yes, he does
He
say
says
Kyle.
Kyle, yes. I was like,
pretty
wait
sure
a
he's
second, who's
attacking
Kyle?
I know.
Mistakes happen.
Your name is Kyle.
You're Kyle. You're Kyle from here on out.
Kyle will say unopposed.
Okay.
No defenders on that one.
I'll get rid of a duplicate.
Gets rid of a dupe from Maester Windermere.
Just let him have that power.
So James disrespecting his opponents by not knowing their names, and it's not a good thing to do in Melee.
Yeah,
Could have an enemy for the rest of the game.
based on that alone.
Cards in hand. Seven. That's the last time you get that answer. For this round.
I have
Forward
3
to
cards.
Tyler's
About like this.
challenges.
If you guys just want to pick for intrigue, just let me know.
You may notice a little bit of wobble on the camera there. I apologize for that. I used my little portable tripod. Decided to record this last minute, and Jerry rigged up using my bag a weighted tripod and used like a little selfie stick to get it over the table. So it wasn't the sturdiest, and
The reason I call him
James
Kyle,
kept bumping into
Tyler
it. So
also,
I apologize for the wobble.
Y,
If,
the second
guys
Y.
know what
sort
I
of,
mean.
Yeah, the second Y is
Nobody's
hard.
nervous.
It's a hard letter. I get it.
I know, it's the Y. It's
So
the next
we-
to last.
Tyler's
What's that one song?
first challenge
It's the
for
next
crossing there with an
MCA.
inch
Yeah,
that
against
song always confuses
It's the next
Rayce,
last one on the
who he's
alphabet.
opposed
So
to
like, everyone remembers like the laughs or something, but like, do you know who won the Super Bowl 2 years ago?
Military.
He's up his military, also against Rayce.
It's hard to do.
Because he has no military icons.
One front opposed.
Yeah, Rayce's board is very weak.
Yeah, very interesting. I'm not sure whether he mulliganed and kept the one character hand there. I think he did. but
Sorry,
he chooses to claim Mr. Crescent.
Power on you.
Okay.
And the third, his third challenge there is against James with power, and that is
Yes.
Stealth the
You have stealth?
Cobblestone Knight.
Oh, get fucked. All right. So pretty much, yeah, you got it.
Unopposed claim and
Power,
Lord of the
sir.
Crossing. And then I win by 5
Unopposed
signatures.
power, his crossing power, and his claim power.
Sorry, Ryan. It's fucking
And we got James just reading Gas and Grey to fully understand what he
I'm
does.
so mad.
If you beat him, he gets to send your best.
Just
Yeah,
don't
No, I get it.
Probably just looking for that cannot be saved at the end of the.
Yeah, they cannot be saved, and it's also,
Is that all your
I think
challenges?
they were double checking whether you had to be defending.
Oh, if you can do it to any player after, but no, you have to lose a challenge. The owner of Gas and Grey, so you can't just bounce back someone randomly in a challenge.
No.
Yeah, man.
So Arian goes with an intrigue challenge
Alright,
against
which one? You want
James,
the-
and it's
which card do
unopposed.
you want,
He's
Ryan?
got no intrigue
First,
challenge.
second, or third?
He's got no intrigue standing. He opts to use
got
the
rivals?
Maester
Yeah, we are.
Master
already claimed
Whispers to claim against everybody.
I want this one.
Okay.
I want this one.
We got a Septum Ordain from the Tyrell player. Looks like a Drowned Men from the Greyjoy player, and a Seen in Flames from the Baratheon player.
And he doesn't take a rival power here because he already took it earlier in the round.
Yeah, that's a good catch that he did not do that. I mean, in Melee, sometimes the rounds can go like 30-40 minutes before it gets around to you, and you may have forgotten that.
I'm annoyed,
Yeah.
but I'm not surprised.
So he's coming in with military against Tyler,
Around yet?
which will be unopposed. He's got nothing standing other than Rayce.
I told you I wasn't going to tell you.
So savage.
I think they're just considering whether he will use the
This is a military
redirect.
challenge.
Yes. You can't block it. Or you redirected it.
No, that's what I'm thinking about. Jesus Christ. Why is this game so hostile? I just want to have fun.
That's not why we're here.
Funsies.
Why are you doing it against him?
I'm not a threat to him.
So they just asked about blocking on a redirect when you support, and that was something in first edition Melee, where you could actually, if you supported somebody and they didn't declare any defenders, you could jump in your own characters into the challenge to block and defend and gain any bonuses off of it. But
The Crown Regent player could?
sorry?
The Crown Regent player could defend?
No, the player. So if on a redirect, or even when somebody attacked you and you're supporting, but they removed that for second edition. But you could just if you were attacking anybody and they had someone that supported them and they declared no defenders, the person supporting that player could jump in and try to support them by defending for them.
Whoa.
And then,
okay.
But you would want to do that sometimes to just purposely get renown, extra renown on your own characters and stuff.
Wait, what?
But they took that interaction out. But somebody at the table there was just asking if they could defend for someone else. But that is no longer in the melee game.
Power gets you.
Good. That's confusing.
Wait, me?
So the military challenge went unopposed against Tyler there, and he claimed the Sultan Navigator.
Alright, wait.
He put in Knight of Flowers with Ariane and did power challenge against Tyler, but he did opt to use his redirect at that point.
I have done all
Redirected
three.
to James and
Rayce,
Glenn.
you get that power challenge.
He's at cycle 2 still, correct?
Yes, sir.
Power challenge.
Power
You
challenge.
support
We're over
Ryan.
to Rayce with the Lonely Moon Boy,
Exactly.
and he also comes with power against James.
Plan this.
On account of he supports Ryan.
Going for the throat.
Oh, sure you're going to defend his power challenge.
Yeah.
Dude, this Moon Boy is definitely going to get to draw a card.
He poses with the Tombstone Knight.
Okay, successfully. No reactions.
So you'll recall that James had many power on account of using his superior claim at the beginning of the turn. And now his house card is going down.
Yeah, that's what happens when you shoot up in power and melee. You don't want to get it too fast. So if you shoot up above everyone, they're all going to turn on you, and you become like the power dispenser machine for everyone else, and they'll just constantly attack you over and over again and drain your power out. And you'll speed up the game by feeding the board in general more power. So we've stood now, and at the end of the first round, we have Ryan in the top left, has 7 power. Tyler in the bottom left has 5. Rayce in the top right, the Baratheon player, has 2. And James in the bottom right has 5, if I've counted correctly.
Yep, looks right. Iron Throne just pulled in dominance for Rayce at the end there. So we're going to the next plots here.
I'm never ready here. Never ready.
That's me.
I know Tyler had been commenting all day that his opponents would only win initiative once. He'd give them 1, and then the rest of the game was his. It's important to manipulate who's going first, even when it's not you.
Got him.
So just remembering to clean the titles up after taxation.
Who's got it?
Yep.
Thank you.
That's the one from James there.
Oh.
Oh, hey.
Oh. I'm trying to use that gold.
Blind.
Actually, blind is right in front of me the entire time. All right, guys.
So it looks like we have Ryan flipping calling the banners, Rayce also flipping calling the banners, and then a noble cause by James, and a... I can't think of the name. Why is it not coming to me right now?
A Clash of Kings.
Yes, Clash of Kings. The 4-9-1 get an extra power when you win a power challenge.
So Tyler opts to use against the tide, or yes, that's it.
I think so.
Something tide related.
Rise of the Tide.
Rise of the Tide. That sounds right. Just to draw a card because he was winning initiative anyways, and he opts for Rayce to go first. Ahead of the tide.
Ahead of the Tide. Okay, yeah.
So Rayce, they've extracted the 6th title, and he's just going through the other 5.
Literally every 6 drop in his deck. Like, do you see that Randall right there?
So when it passes to the second player, he knows 2 that are missing, but he's not sure exactly which title the player before him took, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, so you can try to puzzle out what they might be, whether or not you're going to be supporting that person, who you want to be rivaling further down the table.
I'm surprised.
It's got its own intricacies.
Yeah.
And I'm jealous.
Yeah, it's a nice way they added like a hidden drafting mechanic to the 2nd edition, and first edition it was a just lay them out on the table and basically you pick them one by one and everyone can see what you're taking, and there was none discarded at the beginning.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So people would team up and try to take ones that supported and rivaled to kind of pick on one player at the table right off the bat. But at least this way, no one's sure exactly what you took until you all reveal.
Yeah. So they just forget to move the first player token here, but the first player is Rayce.
Now, see if they left the giant token on the table, maybe they would have noticed it.
I don't
It
support
would have been much more noticeable.
Someone supports me. No one.
So we have the Hand of the King chosen by James. Tyler's chosen the Master of Laws. Ryan's chosen the Master of Ships.
I support the coin, which is gone.
They comment that the Master of Whispers was discarded, which means... Or sorry, yeah, the Master of Whispers was discarded, which means the Master of Coin wasn't chosen. Or was the original one. And Rayce has chosen Crown Regent.
So the rivals this time are Ryan in the top left has 2 rivals on the table. He's got Tyler in the bottom left, the Greyjoy player is rivaling the Martell player, and also Ryan, the Martell player, is rivaling James, the Tyrell player. And James, the Tyrell player, is supporting Tyler, the Greyjoy player.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Someone give me a treasure. Martell treasure. Yeah, it's always in my pocket.
So Rayce marshalling, he puts out a dupe of Melisandre and the King's Road. Using his King's Road in Dragonstone Port, he's going to throw out someone big. Mr. Barristan Selmy.
There he is.
There's the dude.
So Hand of the King we didn't see last round. That is the one that you may initiate an additional power challenge during the challenges phase against a different opponent, and you get +1 on your side during power challenges.
Yep.
I don't know, Jason.
And we also didn't see Master of Laws either, right?
Dude called me John earlier. I'm like, it's
no, we
Which is the draw an extra card during the draw phase, and you get +1 reserve.
Yep.
Rufus.
So I think from watching this earlier, Tyler chose Master of Laws, but actually forgot to draw his 3rd card.
Oh, that's fabulous.
That's always fun, yeah. Well, it's a good habit to only draw 2 cards if you don't remember.
This isn't Warhammer Conquest LCG here. You can't just draw 3 cards during the draw phase when you feel like it.
Alright.
I know where you live. Don't make threats.
This is from him.
So you just duped and then bodyguard and then played Barristan?
Yep.
So Fast Eddie has hit the table on James' side there.
That's not good.
Yeah,
Which,
building up his random character.
Yeah, which is pretty amazing second round to have Standy, Randy, Knight of Flowers, and Fast Eddie all on the board. Plus Sansa, who's also has her own little power grab.
If only September Dane hadn't been claimed.
Oh man. So James definitely has the rush deck on the table.
Fucking butterbumps.
Or the most rushy deck, I would say.
Yeah, right? Why not butterbumps?
Yes. Well, it's probably tied between him and Greyjoy, but they each have their
Yeah,
own.
true. As long as they get great cracking going, I would assume it'd be
So, no butterbumps.
pretty level. But with the Lords of the Crossing and the plot there he's playing, that's a whole extra couple power there he's possibly get this round.
Yeah. James also gets out Butterbumps, and then we're over to Tyler, who put out a dupe Balon. And a Lord's Port Shipwright,
Lordsport Shipwright.
which is important.
Yes.
And you can see Ryan immediately grabs it. It's kind of important for him.
Yeah.
I thought it was 1 and then turns to 3. Not 2.
Now, since Ryan is in the lead, he would be a target normally by all the players on the board, but he has Gash and Grey still standing. So that will prevent that possibly, or make it less, basically deter someone from going at him first. But once he pops that Gash and Grey, or if it gets knelt here from the Lord's Port Shipwright, that basically opens him up for business, and I'm sure the other players will target him, especially since 2 of them are rivaling him, and they have incentive to get that extra power from the rival bonus.
Yeah.
It's like you guys lost yours.
And he's in the lead.
Yep.
Gas.
So he uses that King's Road unmolested to get out Ariane.
Oh, where'd she come
And Quentin.
That's me.
Any
I think
reactions?
before March lands here, they're discussing quickly whether or not Tyler wants to kneel with Gaston Gray.
My Neil is gas and gray.
Don't tell me what to do.
It might. I
I
said
like
might.
these subtle hits.
Because, of course, it is a marshland
I could just
action.
tell you.
I don't like it.
All right, just I'm just gonna warn
I'm
you
gonna
guys
take
now.
action Neil Gaston Gray.
Gotta beware of butterbumps.
And there it goes down.
All right.
Hey, Moonboy.
There it goes.
Yeah, right. Gonna have at it. Fucking fool parade.
Oh wait, hold on. Master Queen. I'm not going to kneel.
And he decides not to.
Challenges his face.
Interesting.
Wait.
Yeah, because I don't think he wants
I'm not
the
sure.
renown getting out of control by James
Yeah,
either.
because he does go
And James
before
is going before him,
Wow.
But
so his options
So,
are there.
good. Challenges.
okay.
Re-challenge actions.
I got challenge actions. Let's go
So over to
ahead.
Rayce's challenge actions, and he opts to Scene of Flames on Ryan.
You want my hand of 2 cards?
Well,
I've got 3 cards.
Yeah, so James has 2 cards there. Tyler has 3, so they're basically telling him that, so there's no point to look in his hand. But they're pointing out how Ryan has a mitt full of cards,
Yeah. He had around 5 at this point.
and he has Arion on the board, which means he could have something juicy that could pop in.
I'm allowed to say.
Yeah.
Is he allowed
And
to just say what's in
Nate French is just off to the side here judging this game. I think they just consult him regarding how you're allowed to spread that information from his hand.
Yeah, they're asking if you can just flat out reveal it, and he says nope, but you can basically tell everyone what you're looking at, but
Well, I gotta do this one.
you can't actually show them.
This is immediate.
But he warned
He takes Nymeria Sand. I think he mentions out loud that there is a spirit flame.
And Maester Calliot.
And
Does he
Maester
have any other,
Calliot.
4
Yeah.
cost or 5
So
cost?
now everybody knows.
Maester Calliot.
I think this
But
is
he's keeping too close to the vessel.
And Ryan complaining about fairness.
Well, Baratheon's not
I'm
there.
gonna be paying,
They brought that over from Jeffs. Off of Melisandre's ability, he opted to kneel Eddard Stark.
Butterbumps.
And now here's an interesting card for Melee, Even-Handed Justice, which you select a character controlled by each player, so it goes around the board and kneels one from everybody,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
which is
Now you're the.
interesting.
Now
Yeah.
I'm gonna choose
You can see
Oh,
James just
man.
choking here
Prison
because
rules.
Rayce
Prison
accidentally
rules.
said
Come on,
Butterbumps when
man.
he pointed to Moonboy.
Yeah, he had the wrong fool.
Yep.
now you want to do that house name.
So around the table we have Randall, Balon, Moonboy will be kneeling, and he's just going to Ryan, choosing Knight of Flowers.
Man.
Oh, man.
So all in all, not
Yeah,
bad. Kneeling 3 renowned
I'm not doing
characters.
Yeah, definitely slow everyone else down. That's the point.
This is fooey.
And weaken their defenses.
At least you have hard.
Race, you're killing
more
me.
than 3
I
Yeah,
know.
killing
so
me.
I'm a killer.
he has also weakened his own defense. Does not have any characters.
This is true.
6 power challenge.
Everyone else having at least 5 characters on the board, and Rayce is still sitting at 3. It's not good.
I can't beat him.
Can you beat this guy?
So he's coming with a power challenge against
Yeah,
Tyler.
don't trust his orc.
But then you'll have to kneel out his board. And then he can't do challenges back at you. And then you have one less person doing challenges at you.
He sounds like a man who doesn't want to be attacked.
Sounds like you don't want to be power
Sounds like a man who doesn't want to
You're
be attacked.
right. You're not wrong. But also,
You have the same amount of power as him.
And Clash of Kings.
but
So the banter has begun in Melee. The players are
Yeah, but my board's not knelt out though.
they're trying to redirect the heat off of each other and try to convince Rayce to go after different people.
Not really. I can still do 2 challenges.
Yeah,
My
everybody's
board's
got
probably the
something.
weakest on the board. Not if he
So,
defends.
Yeah, you'll find players trying to point out the weaknesses of other players and the reasons why you should go attack them instead of you.
This is
I'll defend. What's your strength?
6.
You got it.
Usually you'll hear deals made where people will tell you to go attack this guy and I won't attack you this round and that kind of thing, and then people will go back on those deals, which definitely brings it around to the Game of Thrones theme very well.
Yes, very much so.
Yep, that'll be it.
So looks like he opposed with the Priest of the Drowned God there, but he's got a renowned power
Right.
to claim.
a rival.
I mean, I got gashed.
You do. Can't beat it. Can't actually beat it.
And I think that's going to be all for his challenges.
Yeah, because you don't want to.
Don't want to leave yourself too open.
Yeah, especially when you're the first
3
player.
other players
yeah.
coming at you.
Oh, I forgot. He has a bow and arrow.
Ah.
Well, I'm not playing that shit.
All right.
James is just thinking about how to start off
I
here.
actually forget that the card was
They clearly weren't.
Ah, yeah, I remember.
So what's the downside on Butterbumps? Does he have the same kind of thing as?
He is the exact same as Moonboy, except for with an injury back on.
Oh, okay.
So he has a forced reaction that when he loses a challenge, when a challenge is lost where he's participating, he would discard a card.
Oh,
later.
okay.
I'm like, hey, how'd I get 2 hits? Pretty good cards.
So it looks like James is thinking about an intrigue challenge here. But obviously, if you put in
Let's go.
Butterbumps, there's always the risk that you're going to be pitching something from your hand. But then they might be overcommitting on defense as well.
Yep. He is really unsure about where to put that challenge.
Military attack. Not a good idea. Yeah, right. Let's go.
Well, he doesn't want Butterbumps to get Gaston Raid. Then you wouldn't get the insight.
Or if it's Sansa, he would get the power. Later when she stands, right?
Oh, rough. So he's coming with an intrigue against Ryan. Ryan's thinking about everything. Remember, he's got Maester Calliot in his hand. If he didn't want to utilize Arianne for a defense or attack before using her ability.
And Ryan does not have the +1 on intrigue this round like he did last.
No, not this time.
Who are you, Ryan?
You.
Just me.
So Ryan really thinking this through. And he looks like he's going to fully defend it.
Yep. We're gonna have that forced reaction go off. How unfortunate.
It looks like he had 2 characters in hand. I think one was a Tumblestone Knight.
And we discard an Alena's Informant.
What do you have left?
Oh, these two guys.
No, like a challenge.
Challenge? Oh, I got a power challenge. Power and military.
Power and military.
So we've got 2 characters left standing, and one thing to remember is, as he is the Hand of the King, he could do 2 power challenges, as long as they're against different opponents.
Go.
I'd try and get power off him. 'Cause he's
Power
gonna-
challenge. Sorry?
I'd say I'd try to get a power off on Tyler because he's going to get a bunch
But then, of course,
Yeah,
he's
he's my
no
buddy.
standing.
He only has these
I
3 guys
can't
to
get
attack.
Lords of the Crossing.
And 3 people still left to challenge.
I'd attack
I'm
him.
gonna get 2 power.
So I think Ryan just said try to do a power challenge against Tyler because he's about to get a bunch of power, and then Rayce just pointed out there he doesn't have enough characters or enough icons to even get his Lord of the Crossing power, and he only has basically 3 little weenies to attack with. So nice try.
That's correct.
That's funny.
So it looks
Some
like-
of the things players will say to try to get you to not attack them.
Yeah. So,
Art.
James does his power challenge with the Knight of Flowers against Rayce. Rayce defends with Melisandre and also uses Ours as the Fury to bring in Cerberus and
That's
Sal.
pretty good.
Gets a little renown on the defense.
Then
Yeah,
I'll
and
do
stands
a
for
second
Essence on his
power
result.
challenge against
James using his second power challenge here
Ryan.
from the Hand of the King to attack Ryan.
Carry on.
Sure.
Remembering that James is supporting Tyler in this case, so that was his only option for that challenge.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
And we just had Kaliot jump into play using Arion's ability, lose the challenge, trigger his reaction, and steal the icon off Maester Windermere.
All right.
How convenient.
I'm all done. Go ahead.
So now Tyler is reduced down to 2 little intrigue weenies.
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry,
They're
Rob.
coming for a max of 1 power or 1 strength.
Aw.
So he does his intrigue challenge against Ryan there.
He grabs Arion, and everyone at the table is happy except for Ryan.
And I'm pretty sure that's all I can do.
He gets an unopposed power and a rival power off of that.
So over to Ryan, who's coming at Tyler with Balon. Randall, sorry.
Spirit Claim.
Baldies.
Yeah.
You're my rival. Spirit Claim.
And it was a power challenge. You won by +5. Threw in Superior Claim.
Military you.
Wait, hold on. How much were you up before?
And then he militaries against James.
We're just having a power check here.
Power now.
Seemed like a lot of power gain, so Tyler's getting worried.
I need 3. And then military and you.
Yes, earlier when he won on the defense with the intrigue, he did not take his rival power at that time.
He'll just attack you.
I will.
So, but he is doing a
Military stealth against James, right? Using Quentin?
yeah. So, if he is successful, he would
Yeah,
get his
I'm
rival
totally
power.
fine with. I just can't oppose it, so.
Alright, unclose.
Yep.
And rival.
And that would put him to 14, which is very close to winning.
Yeah, I believe it's 1 power away from winning.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think they're playing any of these agendas that increase their
Two planes.
firepower.
Well, fuck you, Buttercups.
Oh, I'll go ahead and play dominance, I believe.
And it looks like dominance goes to Rayce.
14.
Yes.
So they're all standing, and at the end of this round, we have Ryan, as we just said, at 14 power. We got Rayce in the top right, the Baratheon player, at 6. Tyler in the bottom left, still sitting at 5, as he was at the end of the first round. And James shot up to 8 power. But
Yep.
none of them really close to Ryan here.
Oh, sorry. No, it's 7.
Did you take it?
Oh, 8 from Sansa.
Oh, yep, my bad.
Sorry,
So we're
guys.
going plots
Can I get a power
and
count
throwing
for
back the titles from the previous
So the
round.
plots are huge here. All the players trying to grab initiative to make sure that Ryan can't go first, sneak a challenge through, and close it out. So they're going to need to hit him first. So initiative very important here to make sure that Ryan can't control initiative. And he's checking discard piles.
Nobody has a King's Order, correct?
So I don't know if that's changing what plot he's going to play here. It's an interesting one.
Make sure that whatever tricks they have can't stop you.
Yeah. Are we going to see like a sneak attack played here by Ryan? Make sure he goes first.
It's not impossible. I don't know how how widespread sneak attack is, especially if Baratheon players there as well.
Yeah.
You can just say, I'm going first. They'll just nail your biggest power character, and then
Yeah, that's
see
true.
what you can do after that.
Hold on, sorry.
Tyler's just considering his plot there. He's the last bastion here.
Looks like James is rethinking his plot choice. So if Ryan doesn't get to go first, then the other players get to hit him first. They're going to go hard at him. Gaston Grey or no Gaston Grey.
I imagine so, yeah.
Alright, I'm ready.
And let's see what plots we get.
Going for it.
And we got Rayce flipping Wildfire. We have James flipping Clash of Kings. And we have Snowed Under, flipped by Tyler. And most importantly, what do we have there flipped by Ryan, Kevin?
That is Heads on Spikes.
Signed by Nate French himself, who's on the art there. And that is an interesting call. He's trying to close it out before even getting around to challenges. So all that stuff I said about who gets to go first and what initiatives on the plots, that may not matter here.
Yeah. It's very, very interesting play.
What's Heads on Spikes do again, Kevin?
Heads on Spikes is you choose an opponent, you discard a card at random from their hand, and if it's a character, you get 2 power, and that character is moved to the dead pile.
Now we know why he's probably checking discard piles there, trying to see how many characters are in people's discard piles. Maybe
make a good guess.
what the odds are that one will be in hand.
So Tyler won initiative there because he played Snowed Under, so they were all initiative 0 except for Tyler gets +1 from Drown God's Blessing. He opted for himself to go first
Not only do you have to
and
pick,
triggered
but then you have to
Wildfire,
randomly-
and
Yep.
now Ryan is considering which opponent he's going to target for Heads on Spikes. Just from cards in hand, James has 1, Rayce has 3, and Tyler has 2.
I'm so goofy. I should have gashed in your scout list.
And yeah, Ryan's just talking about how he should have used Gaston Grey just to bounce characters back earlier in the previous round, just to increase the odds of a character being in hand.
5, 3,
Yeah, I think it was
If I miss, I don't want you going. So
his
what-
main whenever he brought in Caliot, I think he could have
thought you said
bounced from
I know,
that.
I'm just fucking with you. It's okay.
It was some-
He did hit a Tumblestone Knight. He chose James, and James tried to bluff him out there using his plot deck. But he actually only had 1 card, and it was a Tumblestone Knight. So there's Ryan shaking hands with everyone, taking the win. And there's our players. Congrats to Ryan for becoming the United States National Melee Champion for 2016. Kevin, what are your thoughts on the game?
Heads on Spikes.
Heads on Spikes is real.
So it was 3 rounds, but it was a good game. It was about 40 minutes there.
It was more like 2.1 rounds.
Well, yeah, but who's counting?
Yeah, that was over a lot faster than I thought it would be. Very interesting game. Odd little plot choice.
Yeah, you can just see that you can easily shoot up. I think he gained 8 to 10 power on that turn.
And that is crazy. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Bye.